Hey everyone, Lee here. This is a new project I'm starting. It is a 100-day vlogging challenge. That's going to be very hard for me because I think one of the number one keys to success is consistency. And one of the number one things I struggle with is consistency. So I might hit like 5 days or 7 days or maybe like 20 days. And I'm just gonna miss one day and it's gonna be like, okay, well, I'll recover the next day. And then I won't recover the next day. Um, I don't know. I mean, just historically, that's kind of the way things go for the most part. I mean, not entirely. Like, so I used to do, and I'll talk more about this in the future, coaching. I work with the platform Coach.me. I'm temporarily I've paused my coaching just as a time thing, but like so before coaching on there, I was using it as just a habit tracker, and I did catch a couple habits to like a couple hundred days. Actually, my best one was 800 days, 850 or so. I was nearing 900 days. But I mean, so I have some success, but I know like I'm a starter. I'm a great starter. I'm an idea person. Like I have these vast, grand ideals about where I want to go, and I'm great at starting and getting the initiative and the ball rolling. It's just the follow through is not my skill. I'm the CEO of I know the vision, but I'm not the COO of figuring out how to put the daily operations in place and making sure that they continue on ad infinitum, which is why I try to surround myself with people who are good at the execution portion of it, of whatever, since I'm not. Anyway, that's just kind of the premise of this video series. I'm hoping, you know what? I'm committing to it. I'm gonna break the. No, it's not really a streak. I'm gonna break the tendency. You know what? Let's change this. Let's like this whole thing is an experiment. So right now I'm gonna experiment instead of saying that I'm not good at consistency. Instead of saying that I don't know if I'm just gonna commit to it. This is video one of a 100-day vlog challenge. So for the next, well, if today's one, I guess the next 99 days, I'm going to be recording a video and uploading it to YouTube. There it is. I'm doing this 100 days straight. So I don't know what's going to happen after that. And frankly, I don't need to because I'll figure it out as I go. This is my practice, and it'd be cool if this picks up and becomes my normal practice. If it doesn't, well, then I accomplished 100 days. So anyway, let's talk about a little bit of news. Why don't we do that? The big thing today in my world is that Tesla announced the P100D Model S, which is now, they claim, the fastest production car in the world. And some of the disclaimers or fine print on that is it's the fastest available as new production car. So fastest essentially meaning 0 to 60. So 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds, which is, let's be honest, pretty insane. Really cool. I mean, awesome. I would love to get behind the wheel of one of those in ludicrous mode and launch it 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. I hardly can imagine what that's even like. It just sounds so cool. So I guess the premise there is that the LaFerrari was able to do it faster, and the Porsche 958 Spider, I don't know, whatever, I don't have the details in front of me here, could do it faster, but neither of those are currently in production. They're all retired vehicles, so you can't actually get them as new. So that's cool, though. I haven't really read the full details on the car. I've been a lot out of the loop lately, and I'm not like as in tune with these tech things as I used to be, and that's okay. Life is a transition of sorts. I hope to get back into it, but at the moment, my time is largely based on right now the project I'm doing, which so I'm a Volvo salesperson, is what I'm doing as my day job right now. I've been driving Volvos for a long time. I love Volvos. I owned my first one about 9 years ago, and they're just exceptionally cool cars. And I'm a tech person, and Volvo. So for me, Volvo is a lifestyle brand. I'm going to talk about this more in future videos, but I believe that Volvo is one of the truest lifestyle cars. The only thing is, there's not a lot of awareness of that, and that's sort of probably what's going to be my niche. So I just started selling about 4.5 months ago, 5 months ago. So I'm kind of new to the business. I'm still trying to develop my personal brand in sales. I keep putting my finger in front of the camera. Anyway, and I think my personal brand is going to be this whole premise of Volvo is the truest of lifestyle brands. And so I have a Volvo. I kayak, I hike, I love to be out in the wilds, mountains particularly, but I love taking my kayak out. And it's just my car like loves being in the forest with me, kind of thing. When I go hiking, when I go camping. Anyway, I'll touch more on that later. Volvo has exciting news. We just announced a $300 million joint venture or joint partnership with Uber. We'll be using about 100 modified XC90s in Pittsburgh for Uber. So a Uber customer will call up an Uber, and sometimes a self-driving or a semi-autonomous, as it really is, XC90 will show up. There will be a driver in the driver's seat in order to take over should they need to, and I guess monitor the thing and all. There will be a person in the passenger seat whose purpose is to take notes, record data. Now, the idea is, yes, these people are in the driver and passenger seats. However, it's not about interaction. They're just kind of there as we collect data and learn about the feasibility, the problems, the challenges, the successes, all as we're learning about transitioning into a self-driving world. I'm not sure if I read this or if it was like just something I thought someone said, that their goal is to not even interact with the passengers or as little as possible, because eventually when we're completely driverless, self-driving world, well, there's not going to be anyone to interact with. So let's condition people now. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Maybe that's not. Maybe there will be feedback or questions. Anyway, if you get one of these cars, you rides for free. But it's all, starting in Pittsburgh. It's very exciting. Volvo's semi-autonomous cars and the technology we have is, I think, a extremely not very well known. It's sort of, there's all the hype around Tesla and its autopilot, and some of the other brands coming out with their stuff, and Volvo, the safest car brand in the world, like somehow gets overlooked for its semi-autonomous driving features, but by and far they're among they're probably the, I'm not going to say that they are the best, but they're like probably, first, second, or third of all the brands with any kind of semi-autonomous features. I've driven the cars. It's really incredible. It should have so much more press. Anyway, I'm not trying to get on a soapbox here. I'm not trying to put on my Volvo salesperson hat. I'm just here. The idea was some news. This is my first video. I'm hitting about 9 minutes. I want to try and keep them under 10 minutes. Some of these videos might only be 30 seconds. I'll try to remember in the next videos to go over more about why I'm doing this. Yeah, we'll go from there. Maybe I'll do a piece of news in every one. I don't know. Anyway, it's been 9 minutes. I hope some people watch this. I hope I get some feedback. I hope anyone who catches along the way, whether it's video 1, video 15, video 30, follows through to the end, and we'll see where we go from there. It's been fun. It's going to be a lot more fun. I'm excited. So hey, comment, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. This is YouTube. All right, cheers.